This is episode 77 of Adamantly Analog, our holiday gift-giving guide episode. Also, I'll share my thoughts on Men-Nefer. Hello and welcome to Adamantly Analog, the only board gaming podcast bold enough to make holiday gift recommendations before Thanksgiving. Whoa, look at that.
That's when you gotta do it because of the sales.
Right, exactly. Yeah, we got Black Friday coming up around the corner. I'm your host, Harrison Dunn, and I'm joined by the other lovely host.
Corey Murphy. That's me.
Yeah, that's you. Corey, I think it's prudent that we talk about gifts because people are it's an economy out there. It certainly is one of the most economies of all time, and if you are a thoughtful gift giver or you want to try to get the cool stuff for you and your gamer friends this year, we can hopefully help you start that brainstorming process.
Yeah, I mean, you got to start working on it. I would bet that every single person that has an online store is going to offer some kind of sale during the month of November. It's just the day and age we live in, isn't it? You got to compete with the others.
Yep. Hey, we're talking about it at work already. In fact, by the time this goes live, there will be a early holiday sale going live on the Thunderworks Games website as well. So if you haven't heard of that already, you can go check it out. And yeah. Well, Corey, before we jump into our topic, can I tell you about the game that I played yesterday?
I would love to hear about it, yes.
Okay. So I filled up my board game bag. I had Gaia Project in there. I bought a copy of Magical Athlete. I bought a copy of Pixies, and I brought all my games. And then someone showed up early and set up Men-Nefer from, this is like a big Euro-y game from Germain Milan. I'm going to mispronounce that. So this is from publisher Ludo Nova, who has done like Black Orchestra, Junk Art. So they've been around for a little bit. But this is a gigantic Egyptian themed Euro. Have you seen this one, Corey? Do you know what this is?
Yeah, I'm familiar. Okay. I've never played it.
Yeah. It is enormous. We played a 3-player game and it almost did not fit on the table. We put the board like where the fourth player would have been sitting. Fortunately, we had the foresight to just limit ourselves to 3 players. So in Men-Nefer, you are actually, I'm not going to be even great about telling the story of it, but it's a big Euro where you're building part of a Egyptian civilization. Looks like you are building around the city of Men-Nefer, or what we would call Memphis. You only play 3 rounds, three of these eras, and you have 9 actions per era, but each of those actions, 3 has to be placing a worker, 3 have to be advancing that worker, and then 3 have to be replacing that worker's effect. So that's like everything's tied to these workers, but you can do those actions in any order. So there's this like central worker placement space in the middle of the board where like most of the tension is around, and then the rest of the board is just like things that those spots affect. But you've got a player board with effects that you get when you place your worker. Then the spot that you place them into has an effect when you advance them and they like level up whatever track they're on. And then picking a new tile for your new ability next round, it also gives you like a little bonus. So there's this really like interesting timing element of going to whichever tracks people are already or are not already at. Because if you go to a place with one other person, you have to pay an extra fish. If you go there with 2 people, you got to pay 3 extra fish. And if there's 3 or more other players at that spot, because there are dummies and you can go to the same spot more than once, you got to pay 5 fish. And I tell you, fish is hard to get in this game. So it felt like a really tight economy. I kind of described it as like, and I felt stupid after saying it, but it's kind of true. It's like a roll and write where you choose the side of the die that you roll each time.
Oh, really? Okay.
Because everything just felt like very, like once you set all the rules out and everyone kind of is on board, the actions flow very cleanly, and there's lots of like, okay, I'll do this to do this to do this to do this, like combo. Like you can kind of affect any of the area of the board through any area of the board with the right combos and stuff. So in that way, it was like super satisfying to play. Um, I would equate it almost to like the vibe of Revive in that once you got the rules down, almost everything makes sense. There were almost no rules questions as we were playing, which I thought was,
Hmm.
part uh, due to the good teach, but also just the flow and the design of the game in general. My one little gripe, I think, is that there's like a secondary resource of Heka or represented by these Ankhs, and we can. It looks like it's only used to purchase one thing on the board. So, and that thing didn't feel particularly hard to get otherwise. So it felt kind of weird that it's like everything is fish, but then you have Ankhs for this one thing on the board. Yeah, it just felt very bizarre. Like we didn't feel like we had any trouble getting that resource compared to fish.
Is it
Um,
possible that you missed some kind of obligatory exchange or some kind of voluntary free action or
maybe
something?
I wasn't the one who read the rule book or taught, and I didn't even watch the video on it. I didn't know I was going to play it until he showed up and set it up. Um, but yeah, I did glance at the giant like double-sided icon reference to see if there was some hint of like, oh, you can use this thing to take special actions or free actions or modify actions, but nothing like that. So,
Mhm.
overall, super cool. Would play it again. Recommend checking it out if you get the chance. It is a gigantic euro, so probably won't be actually adding it to my collection, but it was a cool thing.
That's
Yeah.
very realistic of you. This seems to be like a series now because he also did Sabika, which has like very similar cover art, almost framed in the same way, and is also this big sprawling Euro game. I mean,
Mhm.
this designer, his brand seems to be Excess because he's also done Bitoku, which is just everything all at once. Like that game was cool, but it's just a lot to look at.
And I'm surprised I did not pick up on that earlier, because
Mhm,
I have Bitoku and I've been wanting to play it again just because 'cause it's been so long, but,
mhm,
and he also did the very highly anticipated and talked about Covenant from Devere. That was
mhm.
like the new big release at Essen, one with the like sort of darkish watercolor dwarven fantasy art. It looks super cool. So Kane actually brought this game, brought Men-Nefer because it seemed easier to learn to him than Covenant, and he has Covenant as well. So
Oh, really?
maybe we'll play Covenant again soon, and I'll be able to follow up on that.
Yeah, Covenant, it looks like it would be lighter because it's smaller, but it's rated as a 3.5 weight on here. Men-Nefer is 3.8, but we've talked about that those don't always mean anything.
Right, exactly.
In any
So
case, they represent a very heavy game.
yeah. So yeah, that's what I've been playing, and that the game's been itching my brain in a good way.
Yeah. Yeah, good. Cool. I don't know, I'm drawn to the Egyptian theme for some reason. I any game with a good Egyptian theme, I'm willing to give it a shot. Some
I'm
real
thinking
bangers
like,
out there.
yep. Other downside, every time I see this, I just try to read it as Metaphor, like
Men-Nefer.
a Jennifer but a man.
It's like
That's how
when
my
you
head
ship
works.
you got the celebrity relationships between, like, Brad and Angelina, and they're Brangelina, but Men-Nefer, that would be, like, Manny and Jennifer or something, I don't
Yeah.
know.
All right. Well, let's head on to that gift giving topic, Corey.
Alright.
All right, this week, we are talking about gifts for gamers. And if you're a longtime listener, you'll know we did something similar around this time last year, where we talked about our favorite games to give as gifts. So if you don't mind, Corey, I'll just recap that for folks. Uh, Corey recommended Sea Salt and Paper for the non-gamers in your life. Uh, Recommended Cascadia for those with a little bit of experience in gaming. And Let's Go to Japan for your very experienced gamers. I recommended High Score for the all ages gamers. I recommended Jaipur for the couple that's looking for a good two-player game, and Flip 7 for the groups of all sizes. Yeah,
We skewed pretty light on that one with the most experienced gamers getting the "Let's go to Japan" recommendation, but, uh,
yeah, which is still a
that makes
fairly light game,
sense.
but it has lots of depth for those experienced gamers.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Good.
Plus, who can't use a vacation every once in a while?
Right. Harrison, I don't know about you, but I mixed it up this year. I think we've been giving recommendations for board games quite a bit. So all three of my picks are not games, but items.
Oh, okay. I tried to follow suit, but I couldn't miss the opportunity to talk about one board game, so
Yeah, that's okay.
I'm gonna do that. I also managed to find us a good first player rule from Santa's Workshop Second Edition, published by Elf Creek Games. The rule is the player with the fewest birthdays.
Yeah, I have had 36 of those.
Oh, I have had that many as well. Wow, that's
Oh
crazy.
no, it's
Yep.
almost like we could have seen this coming.
It's almost like we could have seen this coming. Wow. It says in case of a tie, give it to the youngest player. So,
Well, that's
I'm
definitely me because you've
yep.
got one coming up around the corner, don't you?
It's very soon, yes. All right, Corey, why don't you lead us off?
Yeah, well, I'll kick us off with the my pick for gamers who like to host. And I'm talking about myself and my wife. We are gamers who like to host because, well, don't get us this. I'm not asking for it. We already have it. But from our experience, this item has come in very handy. In our kitchen, we have a gaming scoreboard purchased on Etsy. It is a large piece of wood with different slots, different rows, and in those slots, you can write with a dry erase marker the name of a category or a type of board game. And to the right of it, there is just a row of 10 meeple slots where you can insert little wooden meeples to represent the victor each time you play that game. So it's kind of like the 10 by 10 challenges that people like to do at the end of the year or at the start of each year, I should say. But in this case, you can do it in many different ways. And the way we do it is we have a bunch of categories listed up there each year. We started every January. This is now going to be our third year doing it. And we write things like animal games or transportation games, conflict games. And then if we play a game in our household that fits in that category, the winner gets to put their meeple up, and they're color coded, of course, to track who wins. We even have one. The unpainted meeples represent co-op victories for things like Slay the Spire and stuff like that. So these are pretty fun, and you can get them customized on Etsy. You can decide what you want to have engraved in the top of the board. You can, decide what size you want, and all sorts of different choices to make on there. I don't have a specific recommendation, but I'm going to link to the first one that I found. But there are tons and tons of different variations on this type of thing.
Yeah, I really do like this. Every time that we go to your house to play games, seeing your progress over the course of the year is pretty cool. And I imagine it's even greater having it in your own house.
Yeah. Let's see. I mean, we got 10 game categories and 10 columns. So that's 100 games on there. I think we've got 50 logged on this thing this year, just
Uh-oh.
about half of them. So, I mean, that's quite a bit because we only count them if they're played at our house and in
Oh,
person, not
true.
on Board Game Arena. So I think it's a pretty solid start. We did a little better than last year, I think, even. But one of these years, we're going to max that thing out. It's going to be amazing.
I believe you. I believe in you.
Well, thanks. So that is a gaming scoreboard, and I would recommend getting it on Etsy.
All right. So the first one that I want to talk about, I'm just going to get it out of my way, get it out of the way even, is the board game that I'd like to recommend. And I'm recommending it for anyone who loves board games in your life. I know it's not very helpful or specific, but I'm specifically calling it for the stocking stuffer lovers because Vivo from All Play is like $9 and it's super small. It's guaranteed to fit in any stocking that you can think of. And probably not even make a little lump in there. So people are going to be like, oh, what's that? Nope, it's a really small little box. It's a really
Mm.
nice, neat little package. I've been ranting and raving about this game since I tried it at Gen Con this year. It's a small box trick taking game for 3 or 4 players in which you are not cooperatively, collaboratively putting on a concert. It is not a cooperative game though. So it's a trick taking style where you are trying to follow the number of different suits based on the harmony revealed for that round. So it could be all the same suit for a solo or up to 4 different suits, all different suits for a quartet. You play 2 rounds, and there's a neat element where more than one player can win a trick in a round, and trying to get the low card and score that full card's value is a lot of the challenge. I absolutely love this one, and I still enjoy every opportunity to play it.
Thanks for teaching us this one the other day when you came into town. It
Yeah,
is
absolutely.
fun. It's hard. This is a deceivingly challenging game. It's not hard to learn, but it's hard to play because it's got such unique routines to it, even if you're experienced as a trick-taking player. Um, but the decisions of, like, when to use suits is much different than, like, hearts or spades because you have to be careful not to trap yourself and let another player take
Mhm.
advantage of that when they find
Yep.
out.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, taking a short suiting yourself isn't necessarily a good thing in this game, because you want to be able to follow the harmony, and often short suiting yourself makes that difficult.
I must say this though, the art is, I'm not a huge fan of the art, I have to be honest. It's
How
really
dare
cute.
you?
It's cute and quaint. It's got these cute little puppies. They're like singing solos and like raccoons and stuff. But it very much reminds me of the mass-produced art that you see on mom's kitchen walls when it says like live, laugh, love and stuff. It's got that sort of pastel-y watercolor style to it. A little too cute for me.
I love it. They look like little Animal Crossing guys.
They do, yeah.
That is, my number 1 pick, Vivo from Allplay.
All right, my number 2 is for the experienced gamer, and I'm gonna take it a level further on my next one for the hardcore gamer, but this is the experienced gamer, and it's tricky buying gifts for board gamers because all board gamers, even ones that just get into the hobby, probably have too many board games to begin with. And for those that are trying to give a gift of a game to someone, how do you know that they don't already have it or didn't already have it and get rid of it? So I'd say the collection is a very personal thing that I just try to stay out of for my friends, but I like to find accessories and different gaming related things, much like the scoreboard that I previously picked. But this is the most used gaming item in our household, short of the scoreboard, and that is our all play game mat. And this is basically just a giant gaming playmat like you would see a Magic the Gathering player play with, but it is sized to cover the entire table. It is blank. There are some that you can get with like very detailed images on them, but I my eyes are like overwhelmed when there's too much to look at on the table. I like to just
Yeah.
simplify. And these are really, really well made. They have like this grippy bottom to them, like kind of a rubberized sort of bottom, and then the fabric top is sort of stitched into that around the corners, so it doesn't like fray or curl up as easy as a lot of the other playmats go. They are on the pricier side. I think they start at $69 for a 3x5, which is a standard sized small kitchen table, but it is very much worth it. The lifespan of these is much longer than any cheaper option, and it really does make a difference. I know it seems excessive for someone to like roll out a playmat for game night, but when you see it, and you know, we put it on a table that has like wooden boards kind of like glued together, so it's not smooth. It just like makes the experience so much better. I don't know what to say much more than that, but you have one of these, right?
I don't know, and, like, I've considered it in the past,
Mm,
but ho honestly, like, yeah, it's making the surface regular, it's providing, like, a surface free of noise, you
yeah,
know, texture or anything otherwise weird, but also, it's a great place to roll dice, right? You
yeah,
can just
yeah.
roll it right on there, you don't have to worry about, sliding too much, or making, like, loud clacking noises. I guess I wouldn't throw your metal dice on there because maybe you're gonna ding it up a bit much, but,
Mhm.
wouldn't do that on my regular table anyway.
Yeah. And I should mention they all come if you buy them from All Play anyway, they come with a carrying bag. They basically kind of roll up into a big giant burrito, and then you slide them in there. We have 2 of these, one for our basement table, which is much larger, and one for our kitchen table, and both of them are, like, perfect fits on there. So, the only problem with that being we don't eat on it, and we don't let our guests eat on it just because it is so expensive and hard to
Right.
replace, so there's no room for your drinks. You're gonna need a caddy table, so that'll be a gift for next year's Christmas as a follow-up to this.
Yeah, if I get one of those, then maybe, I'll buy one that is slightly shorter than my table so that there is room for
Yeah,
a drink on the side, yeah.
yeah.
Good call. Glad you're providing a link too, because I was, not actually considering this until right now.
Yeah, well, just give it a couple days and they might go on sale. All play gaming playmat.
My second recommendation, and I'm done with the games, we're gonna talk about non-games for the rest of the day, is for the bling enjoyers out there. So, I'm just gonna go out and say metal coins. Everyone loves a set of metal coins, but they can be a little bit on the pricier side sometimes. That can be a difficult choice to make, especially for games that you don't play that often. However, I'm gonna go out on a limb and say, "Hey, you can use whatever coins you want." for whichever games you want. They don't have to be the right coins for that game. And in fact, someone got me a set of Scythe metal coins from the Stonemaier website a couple years ago, and I use them for everything.
Yeah, those
So
are the
if you're
best.
looking for like a specific recommendation, I would go with the Scythe ones from Stonemaier Games. So it comes with so their metal coins, it looks like they're about $35 for a set, and that includes 80 coins with denominations in 1, 3, 5, 10, and 20. So that covers a lot of your bases. They're all different colors. They've got like a unique pattern on them. The ones have a neat little cutout in the middle. So these can be good for anything from your RPG sessions to substituting paper money to just upgrading the bling in one of your games. We keep these separate from our copy of Scythe, actually, just so we can use them whenever we want. And
Mm.
it's totally okay to use a different money. You know, you don't have to use the right money for the game. They're satisfying nonetheless.
Yep, I have the Scythe coins. We use those an awful lot. I was nervous that they were a little too stylistically specific to fit for other games, but I don't really mind it too much. They have a really good feel to them. We also have the Garfield Games coins. They make one for each of their series, I think. So I see Salt Tigris coins, and we have the North Sea coins, which are a little more generic. There's only one type of them, but those are really good for like the ancient and like pirate themed games because they have a very kind of antiquated sort of vibe to them. It's kind of cool.
If you are looking for something else to maybe different denominations or just a different style, um, Thunderworks actually did a set of metal coins for Dawn of Ulos when that released a couple years ago.
Oh yeah.
And that comes in denominations of 1, 5, 25, and 100. And they have some pretty unique shapes on there. They're the fives and the hundreds are like these squared. They're all different colors. So we have those currently on our website for $30. I feel weird like talking about them because full disclosure, I work for them, so it sort of indirectly / directly benefits me from promoting that. But I've seen people come up to our booths at conventions and seek those out because they look like cool fantasy money. And that could be another option if you are looking for some other cool metal coins to use in all your games.
Those are cool because they're different sizes and different shapes and different colors, so it's really easy to see them apart.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, the hundreds are big and hefty gold pieces, so they're pretty satisfying.
Yeah. Cool, good pick. I love me some metal coins, and we use them all the time around here.
All right, Corey, what do you got for your third pick?
Okay, my third pick, it's kind of similar because you can actually get metal coins via this gift, but this is a MeepleSource gift card, which, if you're not familiar, MeepleSource is a website that offers bling for your games, basically. So there's metal coins, but I think the way that they really got their start was offering alternative meeples for board games. So, for example, you can get Wingspan Birds tokens or Wingspan Food tokens to replace the tokens in your base game with more detailed versions. They're like these stickered meeples, all different shapes. There are, let's see, you can get just kind of generic meeples. There's viticulture workers. I've seen people using the Concordia ones. There's resource replacements. There's upgrades for Scythe tokens. Lots and lots of really great stuff. But once again, we know that board gamers have too many games already, but they do love to pimp out the ones that they really love. And this is a good opportunity to do so. I think that that gift card would be used in an instant by anyone that has a collection already because there's a long list of different games that they support.
Yeah, I've not shopped at this website. I've not spent a lot of time on the website because it looks pretty dangerous.
Yeah.
There's some good stuff here.
Yeah, I kind of want these Gankopolis ginkgo leaves. Those are pretty sweet. Great Western Trail. What? Oh, a new set of drawstring bags for the workers and hazards. Yeah, man, lots of good stuff. Isle of Cats. What's that got? Oh, fish and boxes. Yeah. Okay, I need those.
Oh, they let you buy them. Some things by the individual piece too, so you can just order the right number of pieces from that. That's kind of cool.
Yeah.
Huh. All right. Yeah. Gift cards are so useful too,
Yeah. Yeah.
right? Because like if you know that a friend has your gamer friend, maybe you just play weekly and you don't actually talk about anything else, and you're like not 100% sure what the whole collection is. You know they're gonna
Mhm.
love the gift card, and then they can get
Right.
what they want with it. So some people don't like giving gift cards for gifts because it doesn't, it's like cash but not cash and doesn't feel that special. But also, they can also be a great gift. Like if someone got me one of those, I would be super jazzed.
All right, so that's my third and final pick, the MeepleSource gift card.
Well, I'm also going the digital route for my final pick, and this one I'm calling for the long distance gamers. This is a premium membership gift code for Board Game Arena. So I did a little digging and found out, yes, in fact, you can buy gift codes for premium subscriptions to give to your friends for the holidays or just for whatever. And then they key in the code on the website and they can enjoy the premium experience on Board Game Arena. So, of course, Board Game Arena is something we talked about before, one of the go-to places to play board games online, right in your web browser. And a lot of their games are classified as premium. It just means someone that you're playing with has to have that premium subscription and to start the game. Otherwise, you can join other people's games, no problem. But there's so many things on here. Like, I wish someone had gotten this to me because I wanted it for so long, but I couldn't justify it like outright. And eventually I did. But yeah, I knowing that they had gift codes, I was a little sad that it took me as long to find as it did. It wasn't like easy to navigate through on their website, but I found the link. It's in the episode description, so you can go right there and do that purchase directly from them.
Just a quick plug for Board Game Arena. There's a lot of new games on here that I'm excited about. I haven't played on here for a long time, but I'm seeing Concordia just got added. Did you know that? The Game
Uh,
Makers,
oh,
Cities.
really?
Yeah, Movers and Shakers, another new one. Galactic Cruise. Yeah, there's
Oh,
a lot of
wow.
really good up and coming and recent released games on here, as well as many classics. Oh, Aquatica. Ooh, all right. Man, I gotta get back on here. It's got some catching up to do.
Yeah, me too. So that is my third and final pick, a premium subscription for BoardGameArena.com. All right, Corey, that brings us to another wonderful gift recommendation list. You want to give us a quick recap?
Yeah, sure. I said board gaming scoreboard on Etsy, all play mat from All Play, or a MeepleSource gift card from the MeepleSource. Harrison said a stocking stuffer could be Vivo, the small card game trick taker, Scythe metal coins, or a board game arena premium membership gift code for the long distance gamers. I guess I probably should have included who they were for, but you can go back and listen to the episode if you want to know again.
It's true. Yeah, we're not giving out freebies here anymore. We're done.
You should have listened the first time. It's my teacher voice right there.
Time to embrace our inner Grinch. It's the holidays.
Yeah.
All right, Corey, that wraps up yet another episode of Adamantly Analog. You got anything special you want to talk about? What you've been doing besides playing all those board games?
Oh, just really quick, I got roped into doing the high school drama club drama, and I'm like Harry Potter adjacent wizard universe Hagrid, basically. It's a Harry Potter knockoff. It's called Puffs. So I've got like one or two lines, and as soon as we get off this call, I got to run back up to school and practice my one or two lines.
Yeah, I remember you telling me about that. It sounds like a lot of fun. I think I would enjoy doing that.
It's pretty funny. It's entertaining for sure. How about you?
Well, I've been enjoying Fellowship. I think I've mentioned this game a couple times now, but it's the PC game for that's like just the World of Warcraft dungeons for 4 people at a time, and that's
Hmm.
all it is. It is just dungeons. They're in early access right now, and they just wrapped up their Halloween event where if you like played one of their heroes, you get a Halloween skin for that hero. So
Oh.
it's kind of cool. I'm like slowly figuring the game out and kind of getting a little more used to it. It still doesn't have like quite the level of polish that World of Warcraft has, so like
Mhm.
it doesn't feel good to play, but it is early access, and it's cool to have another game for me and the squad to go to when we are done with our goals for the season in World of Warcraft. So yeah, I've been playing a little bit of that.
Well, it's not really fair to compare. Hasn't been around for what, 25 years.
Yeah, something like that. A long time. Um, yeah, but keep an eye on it. It's early access still. We'll see what happens, and I'm sure I'll mention it again. If we continue playing it.
Nice. All right, man. Well, we'll catch them next time because next week, what are we talking about?
next week we are going to be chatting about the things that we are thankful for. You know, we're going to talk about gaming gratitude, the experiences or the people or the things that we appreciate in the gaming space. You know, for Thanksgiving.
Yeah. All right. Well, we'll have plenty to share then, because I'm sure there's lots of things to be grateful for in this great
For
holiday.
sure. For sure. Oh, absolutely. Well, thank you everyone so much for listening to yet another episode. I hope you got some good ideas for your holiday gift giving. And don't forget, drink some water.
Mm-hmm. Glug, 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 glug. All right.
Bye.
Bye.
Adamantly Analog is Corey Murphy and Harrison Dunn. Original music and bumpers by Corey Murphy. To learn more, reach out to us at adamantlyanalog@gmail.com. Thanks for listening.